Let's show them we are better. We're staying in Paris.
Welcome back to my channel. So today I decided to film a half cut crease tutorial for you guys using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette, one of my favorite palettes in the world. So I decided to make this video because I actually did this look a couple weeks, maybe it was like a month ago. I posted this look on my Instagram and I got a lot of good feedback on it, so I decided to film it for you guys. A lot of people think that half cut creases are super hard and super challenging and you need to be like this fancy makeup artist to do these types of looks. But honestly, all you need is a little bit of time, a little bit of patience, and anybody could do a half cut crease. It just really just takes time. This might be, I think this is like my 4th time total ever doing a half cut crease or a cut crease. So really honestly, it doesn't take that much practice. You just need a lot of time and a lot of patience. So if you guys want to see how I got this glamorous half cut crease, then let's get straight into the video. Bye guys. So for primer today, I've been loving this combo. I first started out with Benefit's Porefessional, and I placed that basically in my T-zone, as you will see. And then to finish off the rest of my face and make sure that everything's going to stay, I finished that off with the Milani Make It Last Setting Spray, and this is also good for priming, and it says it's 16-hour wear, and I love it. I think it's amazing, so I definitely recommend this product. Now for foundation, I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal Paris 24-hour foundation. It's called the Infallible Pro Glow in the shade 205 and Natural Beige. I'm going to apply that with my beauty blender. For concealer today, I'm going to go in with Tarte's Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Light Medium, I believe. Light Neutral and Light Neutral. Oh, I love this concealer so freaking much. I've been obsessed with it. Now to set just my concealer, I'm going to go in with the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder. I'm just going to bake that on my under eyes, and then anywhere else I placed my concealer, and then we're going to set the rest of the face a little bit with a different powder, and I'll tell you that in a second. So I'm going to set my under eyes with my MORPHE M438 brush. Just make sure there's no creasing, because if you set the creases, then they're going to stay like that. Now to set the rest of my face and make sure that my foundation just doesn't melt off my face, but I'm still going to keep it very light because I do want the dewy effect from the Pro Glow foundation. I'm going to go in with Maybelline New York's SUPERSTAY Better Skin Transforming Powder in the shade Classic Ivory in number 20. I love this powder. If you don't have it yet, go out and get it. I'm going to set my face with my MORPHE E3 brush, which is a perfect powder brush to set your face with. Wipe away the under eye. Now for bronzer today, I'm going to go in with my favorite bronzer of all time, and it is Benefit's Hoola bronzer as always, and I'm going to set that with my MORPHE E34 brush, which is my favorite bronzer brush at the moment. It's just super dense and it makes the product go on so nicely. So what we're going to do is we're mainly going to focus this on the cheekbones and in the forehead. Just going to do the same contouring and bronzing technique that I always do. Now just a little mini tutorial on how I contour my nose, because I have been doing that recently and I really love how it has been turning out. I showed in the last video how I do it, but I kind of add a little bit more of a technique to it just to make it more defined. So I'm going to go in with my SLMISSGLAM angled brush. It is the W20. Any angle brush will do. And it's perfect size for your nose. And I'm going to take the Hoola bronzer. In my opinion, this is the best bronzer for contouring. It is the perfect shade. And what I'm going to do is I'm basically just going to draw the line down my nose. So the closer the lines you draw them, the more narrow your nose is going to look. So I do have bumps in my nose that I need to like figure out why I'm doing this. But for the most part, I only draw the lines to about here. I don't draw it all the way down because that elongates your nose and I want kind of like a pushed up cute nose. So only drawing it halfway gives that effect. But same on this side, we're just going to draw, make sure the lines are pretty close together so your nose looks more narrow, because that is the whole point of contouring. Because if you put the bronzer too far out, it's going to actually make your nose look bigger. Now what I do is I make a line right here to push the nose up to give it that shadow, and kind of just dust a little bit of bronzer so it's not like sticking out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Morphe M438 brush, the one that we set our under eyes with. I'm just going to blend it out, but then we're going to do another step to make it look even better. So just blend and keep blending till that line is not harsh, because we do not want a harsh contour on the nose. I'm going to go in with a banana powder, which will really make that contour stand out and look good. So I'm going to go in with my Wet n Wild Mega Glow contouring palette contour. I told you guys in my Drugstore Valentine's Day video that I love this palette, especially for the banana shade. Legit the best one I've ever used. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that same M43 brush, and what we're going to do is we're going to basically highlight the sides of our nose to really make that contour stand out. And you can draw it underneath your eyes just to lighten it up and balance that nose out. And then while you're laying this there, you can just put it on the chin, anywhere you basically applied the concealer, just to lighten up the face a little bit. And then I'm just going to wipe the excess powder. Okay, so we will come back to the nose because we still need to highlight it, which will really put the finishing touches on it. But right now I'm going to do blush. When I did this look, I used this blush, the one that I posted on my Instagram. I used the Japonesque Velvet No. 2 blush, right? And Velvet Touch blush in the shade number 2. So that's what I'll be using today. I'm going to apply my blush with my Morphe E4 brush. One of my favorite Morphe brushes. For highlight, I think I'm going to stick to my favorite highlighter. I'm going to go in with my L'Oreal Gilded Honey. You can see I've put some damage into this highlighter. It is one of my favorite highlighters. I love it so much. I'm going to apply that with my Morphe M501 brush, which is my favorite highlighting brush. And we're really going to make our face shine, because that's what it looked like in the picture, and also I really wanted the glowy skin. So now for the nose, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take that highlighter on my finger, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a dot right on the bridge, the tip of my nose, and then a line going down the bridge. So you're kind of making an exclamation point. And what you want to do is kind of just blend out that dot on the tip of the nose to really, really define that straight nose that we want. So now on to eyebrows. I'm so excited to do this because I just got these products in a couple days ago, and I did my eyebrows earlier today and I loved them. So I ordered and customized my kit on Sephora.com through Benefit Cosmetics. Look at this little bag. Really hope it focuses. How freaking cute is that? It says brows, the only thing you can get in shape without going to the gym. That's so cute. I have been loving Benefit's products lately, and that's what I'll be using today. So I'm first going to go and prime my eyebrows with, that sounds so weird, with the BROWVO, I think I'm saying that right, conditioning primer. And that's basically what it's supposed to do is grow your brow hairs. I really have full eyebrows, but I do actually see a difference in a couple of days. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply that through my eyebrows. So So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use two different products today. I'm mostly going to be using the Brow in the shade number 3, and what it is basically a pomade, and it comes with a little brush in it. And you can just stick it on there, and there is your brush. And then just to clean up everything and do the little sparse areas in my eyebrows, I'm going to go in with the Precisely My Brow Pencil, which you will see. So yeah, that's what I'll be doing. You guys have been watching my videos for a little bit. You know that I couldn't find a perfect like clear brow gel to set my brows, and today's the day, people. I found one. So it is the Benefit Ready Set Brow. I heard so many good things about this, but I never bought it just because, I don't know, it's a little bit pricey, and I always just use my drugstore options, but I decided to go with it just because I heard so many good things about it, and you know I was looking for one. And I actually picked it up today and I tried it and I'm obsessed. Now for priming my eyelids, I'm going to go in with a MAC's Soft Ochre Paint Pot. I'm just going to set that with my SUPERSTAY Better Skin Powder. So now for eyeshadow, I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. Oh, this is such a great palette, and if you guys don't ever get your hands on it, you have to. It is just one of those palettes that are just die hard, go to, and you can create so many different looks with it. So I'm going to go in with the color Raw Sienna. I'm going to go in with my Morphe E27 Fluffy Brush, and I'm just going to use that as a transition shade and start warming up my crease. I'm really dragging the product out to really create a smoky eye. This is going to be a really dramatic cut crease, but obviously you can dim it down and make it not as dramatic. You want to make sure when you're applying the shadow to really focus this in the crease, but also bring it inward as well. Because of the fact that we're going to be cutting the crease, you really want that definition where that line will be, and then the color. So you really want to make sure that you focus this in the inner corners as well. My next shade, I'm going to go in with the shade right next to it. It's called Burnt Orange. It's kind of just a transition shade, but it's going to darken up the crease a little bit. Just to give some transition and dimension to the look. We're going to make this look really seamless, so we want to use some different colors to do that. Again, I'm just going to place it in the crease of my eye. So with the look I did, it had a little bit of redness to it, and I'm going to go in with red ochre. That is what I used when I did the look before. We're going to do the same technique, same brush, just to add a little bit of a different color into the look. Now I'm going to take that same red ochre color with the same brush, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to pack that on the outside of my eye just to add some more color into that and really pack the color into that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take red ochre and I'm going to mix that with Cyprus Umber, which is a dark brownish color, and I'm just going to mix those two together and really define the crease. So I'm going to run that along my lash line. And then just blend it out after. Now I'm going to take my Morphe E36 brush, which is just a really, really small smudging brush. I'm going to take the red ochre and Cyprus Umber again, and I'm going to smudge the lower lash line. Go in with a little bit of the burnt orange color on an M433 brush just to help blend out the lower lash line a little bit. The cut crease is definitely the hardest part of this entire look, but it honestly just requires patience and some time, and anybody can do it. A little bit of practice helps, but honestly you just need to take your time and have the right tools and you can do it. So my favorite brush for cut creases, legit makes it so much easier, is the e.l.f. concealer brush. It is this tiny little brush and it is a dream when it comes to cutting the lid. So that's what I'll be doing today. I'll be using this. I'm going to be using my concealer from Tarte Shape Tape, just my light neutral. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to place a little bit on the back of my hand just so I can dip into it while I'm cutting my crease. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to coat my brush on both sides. And what we're going to do is, since I have hooded eyes, I really want the cut crease to be a little bit above where my lid and my crease connect, just because I do have, hooded eyes, so I really want the cut crease to be seen while my eyes are open. So what I do is I start in the inner corner and map out where I want the cut crease to go. Having your eye open really helps, so you can see when your eyes are open what it's going to look like. So once you have about the outline, you want to fill it in. So that's what it looks like right now. We obviously want to, it looks a little crazy, obviously. I'm going to set this eye. I'm going to go in with the shade Tempera. I'm going to take my Morphe M421 brush. So now that both of the eyes are cut, we're going to go back, well, I'm going to go back in with my Morphe 36 brush, which is that small little tiny crease brush. I'm going to go back in with red ochre, tap the excess, and I'm just going to run it along the line of the cut crease to really define it. Now I need to start blending these two lines out because we look a little freaky. So I'm going to go back in with my Morphe M505 brush, and I'm going to go in with raw sienna and burnt orange mixed together. And we're going to start blending the crease so this harsh line isn't there. Now I'm going to get some red back into this look. We're going to go back in with red ochre on my same M505 brush, and doing the same thing that we did. We're kind of just blending the two parts together again to make it look super seamless. I feel as though these two sides are a little bit uneven, so I'm going to go back in with Tempera just to add a little bit of white back into it. Because looking at your eyes, you want them to both fade out at the same moment, or it's going to be off balance. And mine was a little bit off balance the last time I did this, and it drove me insane. Okay, so the look is almost complete. I can't find my Violet Voss glitter glue, so I will have to use my Too Faced glitter glue, which is just as good, but I like to use the Violet Voss one because it is what I prefer, and also I'm going to be using a Violet Voss glitter, but that is okay. So what I did was I squirted a little bit on the back of my hand. I'm going to take the concealer brush that we used, the e.l.f. brush, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick up that product and apply it to my eye so the glitter sticks. And then I'm going to take the Violet Voss Champagne Kisses. Let me see if I can open it. Oh yeah, this is going to go everywhere. Oh yeah! Alright, well you'll see on my eyes. I'm going to take that and just take the little brush that we used, and I'm going to apply a little bit to the eye to give it a little bit more pizzazz. Now that we're done with the glitter, I'm just going to take that powder brush, my E3 that I used earlier, and I'm just going to wipe away the fallout that occurred. But I'm going to go in with my L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black Mascara as usual. So for lashes, I'm going to go in with in the look that I used before, I used the House of Lashes Iconics, so that is what I will be using today. Okay, now for lips, I'm going to line my lips with Kylie Cosmetics Koko K, and then I'm going to apply Where'd It Go? ColourPop's Beeper, because that's what I did in the picture, and also Beeper is a perfect color for this look. It literally matches the eyes perfectly. Almost forgot to highlight the brows. We're gonna go in with, sorry, it's all over the place. We're gonna go in with Tempera and just highlight the brow bone. Then you just want to finish it off with your favorite setting spray. Mine at the moment is the Milani Make It Last, so that is what I'll be spraying my face with to set all of my makeup to make sure it doesn't move. I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. This look actually came about by me just experimenting with makeup one night and just practicing the half cut crease, and I actually loved how it turned out. So I posted on Instagram and I got really good feedback, so I decided to film it for you guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and if you guys did like my video, then please give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. And if you want to see more of my videos, don't forget to subscribe down below so you don't miss any more of them. So we'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!